Hi, this is Congressman Tom Cole, 4th District of Oklahoma. This is another one of our weekly or regular congressional chats. Congress has actually been pretty busy this year or this week, and frankly, very productive from an Oklahoma standpoint. Big news for us, being an agricultural state, was the passage of the Agriculture Appropriations Bill across the floor in the House of Representatives, and that's a monumental effort. A few weeks ago, we got it out of the Appropriations Committee. It went to the floor of the House. It was heavily contested in this partisan era, but we managed to get it through. A lot of wins for Oklahoma farmers and ranchers in there. Everything from money for conservation, very important money for additional ag research, and we're a big center of that, particularly at Oklahoma State University. Additional money for, again, a variety of rural expenditures. So, again, a big win, and every member of our delegation supported it, which tells you how important it is from an Oklahoma standpoint. So, getting that bill done, we're still waiting on the Senate. They need to pass a version of ag appropriations. They have not gotten anything out of committee yet, which I'll talk about in a minute. All these bills, there's 12 basic bills that fund the government, and one of them is agriculture and rural development. Of those 12 bills, we now have 9 of them out of committee, 2 across the floor of the House. We're still waiting for our friends in the Senate, and they are our friends, to get anything out of committee, let alone across the floor of the Senate. But again, they work in a different way and at a different pace than we do, and that explains part of the difference. We also had really important markups for Oklahoma in Interior within the committee itself, and that's moved out of the committee, not across the floor. And Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development. It's called THUD for short up here. And again, a lot of stuff in there. Good appropriations to maintain public housing where it's necessary, provide support for folks that need it. Good construction on roads. There's a lot of projects in Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development. As a matter of fact, in that bill, we have well over $100 million slated for facilities in the 4th District of Oklahoma. It's everything from water treatment plants to additional help interior. We also have, again, more money for Oklahoma, Indian tribes, and community projects of all sorts. So, again, all moving surprisingly well and on time. So I'm not going to tell you we're going to get all the appropriations bills done by when they're due, which is September 30th. We will get them all out of the Appropriations Committee. We can't control what happens in the Senate, although they're working hard over there, but honestly, we're having more success over here. And I can't tell you, in the end, when the two bodies will get together and send something to the President's desk for final signature. All I can tell you is we are ahead of schedule from last year in the House of Representatives. We should get the rest of these bills again out, as I said, by July 4th. There's only 3 more that the committee has to do. They're big ones: defense, which is by far the largest spending bill, and honestly, probably the single bill that has the most impact on the Oklahoma economy, both because we have 5 military facilities in Oklahoma, the two largest being Fort Sill and Tinker Air Force Base, which are the 2 largest single site employers in Oklahoma. So getting those things funded is always important for us. But we have a whole host of private contractors: Boeing, Pratt Whitney, Raytheon, and Northrop Grumman, lots of smaller contracts because they do a lot of subcontracting, and thousands of jobs tied up in the defense industry. And we probably work more closely simply because we have Tinker and Fort Sill and a lot of these contractors based in the 4th District. We probably work more closely than any other office in the state with the industrial defense base of the United States, both private and public. So we're very much focused on those kinds of things. And again, we had a pretty good week. 2 bills out of committee, 1 bill across the floor. And these times, that's a lot of progress. So again, that's the big news of the week from an Oklahoma perspective. And again, we expect more good news next week because next week we will probably deal with the second largest bill, labor, health and human services, and education. Again, Oklahoma has major interest in all those areas. And then we'll try and move across the floor of the Homeland Security, out of committee, Homeland Security, which has been maybe the most contentious topic in Congress late last year through the current thing. We still don't have the Border Patrol fully funded. We still don't have immigration customs enforcement fully funded. Those are matters of contention between Republicans and Democrats, but the Senate, to its credit, got some of that funding legislation done this week. I would expect it next week in the House to be a major flashpoint between the two parties, but we're moving under an unusual circumstance called reconciliation. You've heard me use that term before. We don't usually do it in appropriations, but this would fund Border Patrol and, again, immigration customs enforcement for the rest of the Trump presidency. So we're not risking those things, those two agencies within the Department of Homeland Security being shut down or defunded in any way. So that's kind of it right now from DC. I'm not going to talk about it here, but clearly it's political season at home. So maybe the airwaves in about a week from today, or a little bit longer, I think on June the 16th, about 10 days from today, you'll be mercifully relieved of television commercials, and you'll have a break, except for the folks that are in a runoff situation. That'll continue. So, but the politics has not kept work from being done up here. I mean, we actually, again, the House had a very, very good week, very productive week, and honestly, I expect us to be able to do that again next week. But we'll stay in touch. If you have any questions, please get in touch with us. If there's issues we can help you with, please don't hesitate to contact any of my offices in Oklahoma or the office that we have up here. And finally, I hope things are going well for you and your family. Good luck. God bless. Look forward to chatting with you again soon.